Hello, welcome to a quick Facebook Live, or maybe you're watching this on the replay on YouTube. I just wanted to answer a question that I receive a lot in my Facebook group, Flight Attendant Career Connection, and that is, what should I wear to the interview? So that's what we're going to talk about today. I'm going to cut to the chase, and I want to start by saying that the first requirement for what you need to wear to a flight attendant interview is something that is traditionally professional. Okay, so there's a lot of other words that you may hear, conservative, but I think that traditionally professional is the best way to think about your outfit. So I'm Abby Unger, the owner and founder of Flight Attendant Career Connection, and where we offer coaching, encouragement, resources, and encouragement and community to aspiring professional flight attendants. Our goal is to help you reach your flight attendant goals faster with less frustration. So what should I wear to my flight attendant interview? Something that is traditionally professional. Now, I received an email. I was looking back through some old emails and information that I had gotten over the years, and one airline said, the best advice is to consider our flight attendant uniform and use that for inspiration. So that came from an airline. The reason I want to start with that is because I agree that that is really great advice, is to mirror what a flight attendant may look like. But sometimes we get conflicting information because you'll hear people say, don't dress like a flight attendant. And I agree that you shouldn't dress like a flight attendant if that means like wear a flight attendant costume or dress up as if you were a flight attendant. But using an airline's uniform as inspiration will allow them to see what you look like in their uniform or in their colors. Now, I also want to say that what I'm going to tell you today are generalized best practices. Okay, so there have been people hired wearing everything, anything, all the things: spiked heels, sandals, no lipstick, hair down, short skirt, long skirt, no pantyhose, no tie, no jacket. They have all gotten hired. And there have been people wearing all those things that haven't gotten hired. And then there have been people who have been wearing a two-piece professional suit, pantyhose, hair pulled back, lipstick on flick, and they have not been successful. So this what am I going to wear is not a magic bullet, but you want it to at least tip the scale in your favor. Okay, so these are best practices. This doesn't mean that you have to wear this or you have to do what I say. Because I'll probably get some comments and be like, I didn't wear that and my hair was down, I didn't have on pantyhose. Good, I'm glad that you're living your dream and your best life. But here are some best practices. Let's start with women. You want to wear a suit or a tailored shift dress, tailored dress, okay? So you need to have your arms, you need to have sleeves. Don't wear, unless you're gonna wear a jacket over, your blouse or your dress could be sleeveless if you kept your jacket on the whole time, but you don't wanna wear just the shift dress that doesn't have the sleeves, okay? So you could wear a dress, a skirt, or pants. It doesn't matter if you wear pants or skirts. One is not preferred over the other. Whatever you feel the most comfortable in, whatever you can find that fits you the best. You want an outfit that makes you feel great, makes you look great, so that you can really interview at your best and you're not tugging or sucking in or whatever. If you do wear a skirt or a dress, you need to wear pantyhose. It's part of the uniform. You don't wear pantyhose a lot in our culture anymore. It's not as normal, but you need to wear some pantyhose or some tights, something on your legs. Don't go to your interview bare-legged. As far as tops go, my best advice is to find a blouse in a color that looks pretty on you and wear that. You do not have to wear a white shirt. You do not have to wear a collared shirt. You do not have to wear a white collared shirt. If you want to wear a white collared shirt, it probably looks crisp and amazing. Go for it. But if not, you don't have to. I never wore a white collared shirt to an interview. I don't think I've even ever found a white collared shirt that can contain all of this without the buttons flying off in my life, much less find one to wear to the interview. So don't let that stress you out. Find a top in a color, a blouse in a color that looks pretty on you. Put it on under your suit jacket and look amazing. Okay, feel amazing, look amazing. They're going to give you a uniform. They're going to give you a uniform. So you don't have to dress. It's not like you're going to be wearing what they want to wear every day. So those are some advice for women. Okay, let's talk about makeup. If you don't wear makeup, I recommend you wear makeup. The airlines are changing where they aren't all requiring makeup the same way that they have until maybe 6 months ago. I still think that it's a good idea because that would be considered traditionally professional. And it is something that is just a little bit more normal in our everyday society. And again, when you become a flight attendant, your personal look is it's sort of pushed to the side. So I do recommend blush, mascara, and lipstick. I still recommend that. I'm a little bit less emphatic about it like I am about the pantyhose still, because I know some airlines are moving away from requiring it. So that makes me think that maybe since it's not a requirement, maybe you'll see more flight attendants that don't have makeup on. If you are a makeup girl and you do wear a face of makeup to work every day, or when you get dressed up, you put on your makeup, good, wear your makeup. We're not going for natural makeup, we're going for professional. So I don't have on a ton of makeup right now, but like my lipstick, I'm not like natural. I have a lipstick. So I think natural is kind of a misleading word. We want to look professional. Again, that's always the word that we're kind of leaning towards, professional. And so let's talk about shoes. You want to wear shoes, again, that would mimic the dress code or the uniform. So you want to shoot for a pump that is between a half an inch and 3 inches high as far as the heel goes. So not necessarily a ballet flat. The shoes are not that big of a deal as long as it is a professional shoe. Now, I see pictures sometimes in the Facebook group of shoes that would not be uniform compliant, but if you like that shoe, you don't have to be uniform compliant. So they don't have to be plain. They don't have to be smooth leather. They don't have to be black, but they need to be professional. So, okay, so I keep saying it. So it needs to be a professional shoe. So it could be colored. It could be nude. It could be black. It could be blue. I would avoid slingbacks and I would avoid peep toe. Mostly because you have on pantyhose. And so peep-toed pantyhose with the little seam and that, yeah, like it just doesn't look that great. Slingbacks, there's a little bit more room for that. So you could wear a hip wedge. You could wear, I was going to say you could wear a spike or a stiletto, and you could if it's within those ranges, but just remember you'll be on your feet a lot. So wearing a pair of shoes that you can really walk in is important as well. If you have a tattoo on your legs, you need to wear pants so that there's no possibility of it maybe like you cross your legs and it pulls the pantyhose or the tights a little thinner and they can spot it. That would be a no-go. Let's talk about hair. I have always been a pull your hair back kind of girl. I've always said, pull your hair back, pull your hair back. I do think that it's kind of like the makeup where it is certainly appropriate to pull your hair back. And it's probably a great idea, just like wearing lipstick to your interview is a great idea. But I'm not seeing it in the information that's coming out from the airlines. I'm not seeing as many requesting your hair back. Some of them do. So I guess I should have prefaced this by saying, if your airline gives you specific guidelines for the interview, let's follow the guidelines over the girl on the internet. If they told you to wear a white shirt, wear a white shirt. But I haven't ever seen anyone do that, so I don't think they are. So if they're asking you to wear your hair back or saying we prefer your hair back, do what they are preferring. But if they're not, hair down is a little bit more allowed outside of serving food as far as the uniform goes. So maybe if your hair is down, maybe I won't be as much of a stickler. I'm still a pull back your hair to look like a flight attendant kind of girl, though. So hopefully that kind of answers some of those questions. Let's talk a little bit about jewelry. So you want to wear earrings smaller than a quarter. Mine are airplanes. They're from moneycruise.com. Mine are airplanes. You could smaller than a quarter. You could wear one ring on each hand. Your wedding set, even though it's 2 rings, counts as 1. I say don't wear a bracelet. You probably won't wear one when you're flying. wear a watch because you will wear one when you're flying. Okay, let's talk about to scarf or not to scarf. All right, so there's a lot of big feelings about scarves too. If you love the scarf and you put it on and you were like, dang girl, Donna, there you are, then wear the scarf. If you put it on and you're like, oh no, I wish it wasn't there, then don't wear a scarf. But y'all need to stop telling people not to wear scarves when they love to wear scarves and it makes them feel like they are the best flight attendant interviewee ever. Wear the scarf if you want to wear the scarf. If you don't want to wear the scarf, don't wear the scarf. But stop telling people that you look like you're wearing a costume or you're dressed up like a flight attendant, because it's not true. Because traditional, professional, classically professional business wear for women in the United States includes scarves. You can buy them at the store. You don't have to go to the flight attendant store to buy a scarf. You can tell I'm passionate. I want everyone to guess whether or not I am pro scarf or not pro scarf. If I wore the scarf to the interview and got the job, or I didn't. If you don't want to wear a scarf though, you could go with nothing. You could just go with your blouse in the color that looks pretty on you. Or you could wear a simple necklace. So you could wear a chain, you could wear pearls. I mean, pearls are classic too. I've also heard people say don't wear pearls but I mean, like, I'm from the South. Who doesn't still get pearls for graduation from high school? Come on, they're still around. So you could wear pearls or you could just wear your blouse. All right, I think I've covered all of the women. Now on to the men. Okay. So I'm obviously not a man, so I am not as familiar, but I did do some research and I read a little bit so that hopefully I can give you some tips about what a man should wear too. If you have tips about what a man should wear or personal experiences or ideas about matching colors or ties or knots or something, they're welcome in the comments. Again, you need to wear a suit. So for the video interview, if you are struggling to find a suit or you don't have a suit, you could, for the video interview, wear a tie and a shirt and a sweater or a vest, or without, if you're really struggling. Like, I can't find anything. I have 3 days. I'm not able to go out and buy, $99 suit, or what do they cost? $350. I don't even know. Suit, you could probably get away with that, but the best practice is right now to start looking for a suit. You could go to thrift stores, you can go to JCPenney, Goodwill usually has them, and then have the thing tailored, which you may not even need it tailored for your video interview. You could just sort of like tuck it and like pull it so it looked like it fit. But for the men, you want to wear a suit, okay? You want to wear, again, classic professional. A little pinstripe is fine. A little blue, gray, black is fine. I don't know that I would go away from those colors too much. Again, I'm not that great with the men's, but I would stay within those color families. I don't think a full sand colored suit or a casual corner, we used to call that color pebble, that kind of thing, or like white. Like, I'm trying to think of any other colors. If you have another color, you could pop it in the comments, but you want to wear a suit. Okay, so now for men, you want your tie and your shirt to coordinate. If you're not great at this kind of stuff either, go to a department store and ask someone. I would prefer, the best practice is to find someone who is dressed in a way that you like, that is working there or looks like they know what they're doing based on what they have on, and ask them some questions. Say, I'm going to a flight attendant interview. I need something that is classically professional. What do you suggest? And they can help you put together a tie, a suit, and a shirt together. Of course, if you're struggling, you could always go white and then all the ties will go with them. I feel like for tie color, you should consider the brand of your airline so that, and this would work for women too, so that if your airline is a little bit more casual and fun on one side, then maybe you go more fun and graphically stimulating or something with a tie on that side. And then maybe if it's a little bit more traditional, American, United, Delta, Alaska, maybe go a little bit more traditional with your tie if you want to play with it. I wouldn't play with my suit though. I would probably stay traditional. You could also wear a colored shirt too. Like I said, white is easy, but you can wear the blues or the reds or whatever it is that you find. It's more about the outfit. For women, I'm like, get the suit and then find the blouse that just fits, that fits you and looks good on you. But for men, it's more of a package. You've got to get the tie and the shirt and the suit jacket kind of all flowing together. So as long as you feel like, yes, this is classically professional, this is something that looks timeless and professional, then you're good to go. And like I said, those are the people in the department store who could probably help you. Let's talk about your facial hair. You do not need to be clean shaven. You need to be well groomed. So you can't be grown out or halfway growing out or like day 1 or 2 of no shave November, but you could be like day 30, no shave November. So you want to be well groomed, trimmed, where you look like the facial hair was on purpose, not on the accident because you overslept. Your hair for men is, like women, is kind of getting a little broader. I know some airlines even will allow you to have hair in a ponytail or a man bun. But for the most part, we are talking about very traditionally conservative industry. And so I would sort of probably keep that in mind when I was doing my hair. As far as you don't want anything that would be considered extreme, because that's what the uniform says. But if you have hair that you pull back in a bun, depending on who you're interviewing with, it's not going to be a 100% it needs to be gone. Okay. And of course, for the video interview, it doesn't have to be gone because you can pull it back and people maybe wouldn't see it. Okay. So that is, and then for men, let's talk about jewelry. Some airlines are allowing men to wear jewelry. So if you know for sure the airline you're interviewing with does allow men to wear jewelry, maybe you would consider keeping your earrings in. I think that, again, since aviation is such a conservative industry overall, and we're kind of on our best behavior and like the top of our game at the interview, I would probably not wear jewelry to the interview if I was a gentleman. You can wear a ring on your hand. You could wear a watch. I wouldn't do a bracelet. The necklace is kind of a moot point because, or a moo point, like Joey would say, a moot point because it's in your shirt. I mean, I wouldn't hang my necklace, my chains over the top of my shirt. Tuck them in. And do not wear a scarf. Wear a tie. So no scarves for men. I mean, I guess you could, but I think a tie is probably the better choice. Okay, and then shoes. So for everyone, shoes. Make sure your shoes are polished. You can get them polished. You can buy a little polish thing at Walmart, but make sure they're nice and clean and polished. That is something that is really shows whether or not you care for yourself and you care about your appearance. So polish your shoes. You could wear socks. Make sure your socks match. They don't have to like be exact with your shoes. This might be a place for men. You could go a little more fun if you're going with a fun airline. Maybe you go a little fun on your socks. Okay, but make sure it's on purpose and it doesn't look like you just didn't know how to match. All right, so that's pretty much all of the general information about what to wear. Keep your tattoos covered. No visible tattoos. Make sure that if you have a wrist tattoo that it's not going to show when you reach up. Make sure you're honest about your tattoos when you're asked. If you have, we talked about tattoos on the legs, you would wear pants, not tights. Yeah, be honest about your tattoos. Make sure they're never seen during your interview. I also shared a link to an online consignment shop that I love. It's called ThreadUp, and I send clothes to them, and I buy clothes from them, and I buy my kids' clothes from them, and they're amazing. It's an app. The link up there, if you sign up, it gives you a $10 coupon, and so this is a great resource. If you're looking for a blouse that looks pretty on you, you can buy a couple. You can get designer stuff and not so designer stuff, but it's all like 50 to 90% off of the retail price, especially, you know, since we're working on saving our money, since we're going to be flight attendants. That's a great resource. It's also really great for training when you've got to buy 7 yellow polo shirts or a charcoal gray suit, or if you just need some more professional attire for training. This is going to be the most affordable way that you can do it, and you can do it from your phone, and then they ship it to your house so you don't have to run all over town and visit every Kohl's to collect all your yellow polo shirts. So hopefully that's helpful. If any of y'all have used ThreadUp, I'd love to hear your ideas and thoughts about it too in the comments, or maybe show me a picture of something cool that you got there, because I love them. But I think that's it. Thank you. Hopefully this has been helpful, and it's given you some ideas and some confidence on how you can choose your next interview outfit. Talk to you later.